Hello everyone, this is TW bringing you episode 3 in our Tales of Skyrim story on Xander Macius. On our previous episode, Xander, an Imperial soldier from Cyrodiil, made his way safely out of Stormcloak territory into Whiterun. After purchasing some robes to conceal his identity and getting some much needed rest, he now prepares for the daring journey to Solitude. So let's hop back into the game here. We're here at the Bannered Mare right now. We're gonna get ourselves outfitted for our journey across the wilds of Skyrim. Not through there though. I wanna go on the opposite side. Oh, looks like a nice day today, which is good for travel. Let's pop into Bellathor's. We're gonna sell a few things and then buy some food and drink, be on our way.
Everything's for sale, my friend.
Oops.
Everything. If I had a sister, I'd sell her in a second.
Alright, what have you got for sale?
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Or the better question is, what do I have for sale? So we're gonna sell this armor here. We're gonna make our own at some point, I think. Yeah, we just want to make a little gold. Let's sell this blacksmith potion because we're not going to be making any weapons. And we'll sell one of these potions of the night and hang on to another one. We don't have much in terms of food. We have a little bread. We want to pick up some more food for the journey. Should I sell the skooma? I don't know what selling drugs to a shopkeeper, if it'll get you in trouble. I imagine not, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. And I'll get rid of this wine, hang on to an ale for an empty bottle later maybe. And then we don't need this silver ingot, so... And our speech increased. Now let's see what he has for food. I'll grab a couple apples. And tomatoes are a little on the expensive side, so maybe we'll pop back next to the... Or pop back to the Bannered Mare and see what they got for sale, and we can refill our water skins as well.
Nothing.
So back into the Bannered Mare.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
To the gods.
What is it?
We are nothing.
If it's work you need, how about chopping up some wood for the fires?
Well, how about first, can you refill my water skin? There we go, so we're all set there, and then
Let's sate that appetite, huh?
we're going to need enough food for 1 to 2 days of travel, and we're going to try to avoid traveling at night too much. Well, let's sort it by value, and not get something too expensive. Leg of goat roast, that's a pretty good sized meal. Let's go with some catfish. Nothing more exciting than buying food. I only have 68 gold left. I want to save a little bit. Let's grab an apple pie for dessert, so.
Need anything else? Just let me know.
Alright, so we're all outfitted for our trip. And this is going to be a little on the dangerous side as we head out of town here, because the time right now is... It's 11:43 in the morning, so we're probably not going to make it to Solitude by nightfall, so we're going to need to pop in somewhere for a rest this evening. And it's going to be an interesting journey, so if we bring up the map, so Solitude is up here to our northwest, and we've gotten some directions from people in town since this is our first time in Skyrim. And they're telling us to follow this road and then basically cut northwest around this mountain range. So what we're going to do is when we get to the end of the road, we're going to turn off our HUD because Xander's never been to Skyrim before, and we're just going to basically use the terrain to travel, and we're going to hop off the road here and try to not take this long way around, and maybe not take this because it just kind of cuts into the mountain passes. And we're going to try to off-road it a little bit. It might be a little dangerous, but hopefully we can cut off some travel time and find our way into Solitude that way. So Now, as we know, there's a lot of dangers in Skyrim. Saber cats and trolls, and hopefully not run into any wolves other than the standard wolf. And if this is your first time joining me in Tales from Skyrim, this is a roguelike type of game, and the first rule of our game is permadeath, so as soon as our character dies, he is completely dead. And actually, when we get out of town here, we're going to also put on our Imperial gear again. We were just trying to stay under the radar a little bit, because we're in a neutral territory, and we didn't want to cause too much of a stir, so let's check our road signs, and it says Solitude's this way, so this first part of the journey shouldn't be too bad. And we still want to try to avoid Stormcloak soldiers and really bad dangers until we get into Solitude. But then from that point on, hopefully we'll start seeing a little bit more action. But this should be an interesting episode trying to make it across the wilds of Skyrim. Well, this giant on the road is very interesting. We're going to try to keep a wide berth from him. No, giants are generally benign. Don't really look for trouble unless you start trouble, and I don't think I've ever seen a bull like that before. I don't know if that's what that's about. And the thing with playing Skyrim in this way is you have to be a little bit more cautious, at least in the beginning of the game. And speaking of, I'm not being very cautious right now because I haven't put my armor back on. So we're gonna hop behind this tree, and we're gonna put on our armor. There we go. Now we're looking like an Imperial soldier again. And maybe people will leave us alone a little bit. Must be a warm day, because... Oh, no, the air's just cool. Great day for travel, honestly. And this is where we are going to cut our HUD. So we need to head around that mountain range up there. And this is where we got to start being a little bit more careful, because we don't know what kind of wildlife we're going to come across, or dangers along the road. We are a little hungry right now. Just peckish and thirsty, so I think we're going to wait a little bit and try to preserve our water and food a little bit longer. There's a bridge over there. I don't know if that's preferable for crossing this slow flowing stream, but we'll just hop across the rocks here. Now maybe I should be sneaking through here a little bit too, instead of just walking through here, because we don't know what kind of dangers are lurking. But we're gonna basically hop from high ground to high ground and just take a look at things. Looks like there's a little cave down here, or mine of some sort if we needed to tuck into. But we don't have any problems with staying warm right now. Looks like there's a road that'll probably cut up into the mountains, so we're going to try to work around this mountain range. We have no camping gear. We have no firewood. I doubt we can harvest wood out here. There's a couple elk running really close to me, so I don't know if they're avoiding those mammoths or there's something else out there. Just hop down. Ooh. Those young joints make it easy to jump from rock to rock. I've played Skyrim a fair amount, and I'm familiar with the cities and the surrounding areas and some of the quest locations, but honestly, in between, you could drop me at any point out here and I wouldn't exactly know where we are. So it makes playing this game a lot more fun and adventurous this way, especially when you're turning off the HUD. And there's a couple wolves here. So do I want to just avoid them? Oh, no. They're not going to give me that option. Oof. And as we know, we still don't have a knife. Maybe that's something we should have picked up, so we can't skin these animals yet. So we're coming up to a river here, and maybe we'll look for a way to get across it. Looks fairly mellow, at least. I think my biggest concern right now is just saber cats, because they can definitely kill you in one hit if you're unlucky. This is a very easy place to cross right here. There we go. So that's one river across, and we're coming around this mountain range. This could be a dangerous spot to get pounced on, so let's maybe stick closer to the river. Just kind of take it easy. But the deer aren't spooked, so maybe, or they aren't spooked by anybody other than me. Boy, I just don't like being low like this. I want to really kind of cut up that direction. Deer's trying to get somewhere and the rock's in its way. Boy, can't really see anything. Climbing up a hill, it's not the safest thing. More wolves. I'm gonna make for that rock formation and hope that I'm still going in the right direction too, because as you can see, we don't have the sun right now to rely on. And getting high ground will give us a little bit better vantage point. Ah, who are you? Is that a Stormcloak? Oh boy, maybe I should hop around this way. I don't know if he recognized I'm an Imperial. But we're gonna sneak around a little bit now. What are those Stormcloaks doing all the way out here? We don't need to be getting jumped by them. And now we're down low again. Which is not what you want to be. The little tree looked interesting. So maybe when we get up to the top of this hill, we'll just see more land. Oh boy. My inkling is saying to go that way. There is some sort of farmstead over here, maybe? Housing complex, or a fortress, looks like. So maybe something we want to avoid right now. I think I'm going to make for that farm, but first, let's have a little bit to eat. Let's have some of that cooked catfish, and then a sip of water. Get rid of those debuffs. Yeah, I think I'm going to avoid this fortress, and maybe head for this farm building. I don't know if there's friendlies here or not, but... Oh god. Am I seeing things? I look like a ghost. I don't know if he's looking for me or where he's going. Oh god. Who are you? Why am I fighting a ghost right now?
The endless sleep comes for us all.
The Unquiet Dead. don't see any remains. There's some Imperials. Maybe I should talk to them.
Citizen, I'm warning you. Your presence is interfering with Imperial business. Be gone.
Citizen? Okay. I don't know if they should go that way, honestly. So it said to search the plantation for clues. But I don't know if I want to get into an investigation, but this might be a good place to stop for the evening. Because it is getting a little darker. Guess we'll take a look and see what's going on here. I don't know if I'd want to stay somewhere where a ghost has attacked me, but let's head inside. Nothing out of the ordinary. Oh, don't want to take the child's doll, that's for sure. No campfire. The shadow scared me, but it was my own shadow. So what happened here? Want to read the journal? Yeah, let's read the journal. Today is the first day of our new lives. I bought a sizable piece of land with a rundown farmhouse for dirt cheap just outside of Roleplaying. Well, we have an idea where we are now. No one else wanted it on account of how rocky it is. Too many boulders, the other men said. But John Quill and I have strong backs and willing hearts. We'll get those boulders out and turn this fertile land into a plantation they could only dream of. This will be the perfect place to raise our little Rin. Long day, hand hurts, almost too much to write. Farmhouse is repaired and the first plants are in the ground. Feels good, we did it. Jean Quill kissed me tonight like she did when we were first married. Her eyes are calling me. We harvested our first crops today. It wasn't much, but it's a start. When I watched the sun's rays first break over the horizon on our fields today, I knew what to name this place. Golden Hills Plantation, after Akatosh's glorious light. Soon it will be an inheritance worthy of our son. Just a bit longer, I know. I know it. Guess he only needed an extra page for that last word. And then, my heart is troubled, Rin is fast growing into a stepping young boy. Though he spends too much time playing with that wooden sword of his and dreaming of running off to join the Legion. Hey, just like me. But my dear wife, Jean Quill, her strangeness worries me. Sometimes she'll disappear for hours at a time and then turn up in houses as though she'd been there all along. I often see her carrying a basket full of strange dark flowers, and she won't tell me what they are or where she got them. And last winter, when Rin fell ill with fever, Jean Quill produced a small black bottle from who knows where and poured who knows what down his throat. Only a few minutes later, the fever was gone. Jean Quill refused to tell me what was in the bottle or where she got it. I was so happy that saved our little boy, of course, but Mara preserved me, but I'm afraid that my wife is a Daedra worshipper or a witch. Oh boy. Rin has been missing for 3 days, my little boy. I've searched everywhere, but there's no trace of him. Even his favorite toy sword is missing. What if wolves got him, or brigands snatched him away? John Quill has been watching me. I don't like the look in her eyes, and she hasn't cried at all. What kind of mother doesn't cry when her child is missing? What if... I dare not even put the thought to paper. It's unthinkable. And then I found it. I found John Quill's secret. This is the place she's been disappearing to. The potions, the plants, the books. Such evil and unnatural things I found down there. Divines help me. My wife is a witch. I didn't want to open her foul books, but I had to know. I had to. Deadly nightshade, that's what the plant is called, the one I saw her sneaking around with. She grows it everywhere, in this hidden place. She must have poisoned my son. I've seen the sneer on her eye, or on her face, the laughter in her eyes as she watched me tearing apart the farm looking for him. She was mocking me. I've never felt rage like this. I'm shaking with it, sweating with it. I know exactly what I've got to do. My son's spirit whispers to me, demanding vengeance. I keep an axe by the door for dealing with wild animals. It will do for dealing with a witch as well. Oh boy. So I have to find a hidden laboratory. And I don't know if this is something I want to get into right now. And I don't know if that ghost I fought was the ghost of this man, this husband of hers. But I could sleep in this bed and stay the night here before I head out again tomorrow. And I'm really considering that. But maybe we'll look around a little bit more. I mean, a lot of this stuff doesn't look run down. This must have been the boys' bedroom. It's still got plenty of daylight, it looks like. This must be in the garden where she grew her nightshade. Honestly, a nice little homestead. I could chop some wood, but I don't think I have a woodcutter. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's chop a little wood. Alright, I will spare you the boredom of chopping wood, plus it's, I guess, a little rough with the first-person view watching that. But the good news is, I think we're somewhere I'd consider safe at least, although I don't know what'll happen if I try to sleep here. I guess we'll find out, though, because I don't think we're going to get to Solitude by the morning, so let's go ahead and head inside. We'll look for a laboratory later, maybe. Alright. Anything in the chest, I wonder? Oh, it says it's empty, but you don't really know until you look into it. Just regular clothes. Take some leather strips, maybe. Anything else worth taking? I don't think anybody's coming back to here. Alright, I've decided to stay here even though it's only 6 o'clock. And we'll get an early start in the morning, so let's go ahead and do 10, 12 hours will bring us 6 in the morning. We'll have an uneasy night of sleep in this plantation. Oh, ravenous and dehydrated. Okay. So let's go ahead and have some leg of goat roast for breakfast. And we'll have, still hungry, we'll have an apple. And we'll have another apple. Now I'm just peckish again. And then I'm gonna drink. So we're gonna have to find a place to refill our water skin, but now we're good to go. Just peckish and a little cold, so I guess the fire kind of wore out here, but and we have no idea of knowing this apple looks fine, and you know what, we'll take the bread too for a little extra food. And we'll take the goat cheese and the gourd. Alright. Early morning Skyrim. So now we should hopefully be able to make it to Solitude by the end of the day. Alright, if that's the east, then we want to head kind of that direction, so I feel like we might have maybe veered off course a little bit. I mean, I'm glad we found this place, but I think we're going to head up kind of this direction. Oh, there's a road here. You know what, I think we're going to follow this for a while. Let's see where this takes us. It looks like into a town, so I could have actually stayed here last night. Ah, Rorikstead. Okay, so we are pretty close by. Farmhouse. Trading shop. While I'm here,
What do you need?
is there anything I can help you with?
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh.
Farewell.
Guess he doesn't have anything to trade. I was gonna see if I could purchase a knife. Air's pleasant, so another good weather day, thankfully. We'll just check out a couple of these buildings while we're in town. This looks like a blacksmith. Oh, it's Ragnar's house. I've decided to move on after my stay in Rorikstead. And I forgot to do one thing, and that's level up. So, up our health. And then we're gonna probably put it into one-handed somewhere, just to make killing things a little easier. There we go. So the reason I didn't level up when I was able to is I have a rule in this game where I only level up when I reach a place and have a long rest. And oh, bandits. Oh boy.
Not a chance.
Not a chance against me. Oh, there's another one. Jeez. Grazed me with a couple arrows. Alright, let's see what we get here. Get a dagger finally. Take the ingots. We'll take the wine as well. So I'm not grabbing anything that's too heavy, because we have some rules regarding carrying things. Now, carry weight is obviously important, but we also don't want to carry too much armor and too much weapons, because it's a little unrealistic to be carrying a lot of stuff that you wouldn't otherwise be able to normally carry. Oh, bottle of water. Spiked gauntlets. No lockpicks. We'll take that wine. I think that was everybody. We'll keep. I see some tall buildings off in the distance. I have a feeling that might be Solitude. In fact, there's a signpost here, so let's check this out. Ooh, take that. Looks like these bandits dropped upon somebody. An unfortunate traveler, so. But in terms of carrying things in Skyrim, when playing in this way, you're allowed to carry 2 combat-ready weapons at a time, and a two-handed weapon, so you can like break locks. And then you can also carry a dagger. And as far as armor, you can carry additional piece of armor on top of the armor that you're wearing, so it kind of reminds me of back in the days when playing Diablo 2 and the backpack, the way they had it. Oh, sorry. Interrupted my commentary, but now we can actually skin a pelt. So you're kind of limited on what you can carry. You have to make some choices. Yeah, let's keep following these signs. Although, I don't think we're going to be able to really cross here. Because those look like bandits. Find another way across. I'm sure we could fight them, but we're really just trying to make it to Solitude. That's our only goal right now. And this doesn't look too terrible to cross. Might as well skirt around it. Those rocks are awfully close. Guess we could go the other way. Yeah, actually that looks a little bit better. Yeah, there's like a sandbar down there. Now we're not looking to like pick fights right now. We're more or less looking to just defend ourselves when need be as we travel. It's a dead slaughterfish. Or are you? You look alive. Not bothered by my presence, I guess. And then... oh. Somebody stashed something on this island here. Oh, it's master lock. I won't even be able to break that open if I wanted to. I'll try to remember that for the future. Oh. Try to stay dry. As we skirt across these rocks. And just check to make sure there's no saber cats ready to pounce on us. Getting a little hungry and thirsty. About lunchtime. Have I lost the road? And there's the fortress. Guys, I think I lost the road. Well, I see my mistake now. So I crossed the river, but then I went the wrong direction. So we need to actually make our way this way. I'll try not to get too close to that fort, so no more Imperial soldiers. And we got a less than warm welcome earlier from those other Imperial soldiers, but to be honest, you can't trust that everybody's in, especially traveling by yourself, that a person in Imperial armor is an actual soldier. So, they're a little wary of me, a little suspect. And that's probably with valid reason. Are we near the road? That's the question. Ah, yes. Okay. So we just have to make our way down these rocks without getting hurt. And... Oh, is that a saber cat over there? Kind of looks like it, chasing that elk. Getting tired chasing it. Who are you? Whoa. Necromancers? Oh boy. Get our first test on the road. That was the first fight that I've felt a little scared so far that I might die. I actually lost the other one that I killed in this grass. Well, traveling the road can actually be pretty dangerous for those instances like that, and I was honestly not prepared for it. But I hope we're getting close to our final destination. We're gonna keep kind of following the road, because I think we are getting fairly close to where we want to be. Let's see. Solitude this way. Now while we're walking here, we can talk a little bit about fast travel. Fast travel is generally not allowed until you make a bi-directional movement between both locations. So, for example, if we were to travel back from Solitude to Whiterun, then we would be able to fast travel between those two locations, just for speeding up the story, but I always get distracted by something when you're explaining things, like this horse carriage knocked over. Let's see, Redguard. Merchant's Journal. Let's take a look at that. Palmer arrows. Kind of feel bad snagging stuff from these people. I don't really think they have a use for it, and this could serve as evidence, I suppose. Yeah, basically the journal is just kind of saying how dangerous traveling the roads of Skyrim has been recently, and this proves it. Don't think I want to cut horsehide, but as I've been shown, it's been dangerous getting attacked by those necromancers. A little shaken at this point. I think Xander would be so close to safety yet so far, but... And by the way, I never ate lunch. And as we can see, the debuffs. So my stamina regeneration is slower, my melee attacks are also less effective, and when I'm thirsty, my stamina and magicka are decreased by 10 points. So it's not a lot, but it's enough to be a problem, so let's go ahead and heck, have an apple pie, eat dessert for lunch, and then we'll drink. How much am I out of water? I am. I drank all my water, but I do have a bottle of water that I picked up in... Oh, that's Dragon's Bridge. Recognize it from the dragon on the bridge, so make sure we're going the right way. Well, it says Solitude, so... The tortoise and the hare. I think the hare's gonna win this one. Oh. I'm not exactly a slow tortoise. In the small town of Dragon's Bridge. It's getting a little cool here, actually, because we're getting further north. We're not well protected against the elements, so maybe we can pop in somewhere near the tavern.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Sure.
Fate is the name. I keep the inn.
So what have you got for
Take a
sale?
look.
Let's see, anything good to eat? Let's go ahead and grab some cooked beef and then fill my bottles.
Of course.
So not only do I get my water skin refilled, I also get my empty
day.
bottles filled too. So we're gonna wanna get a few more water bottles. And I think we're completely warm at this point almost, so we'll be heading on our way. This is a short stay here. So we're getting close. So at this point, I think we'll put the HUD on. Yeah. Just complete our journey here. Yep, just a little bit further. But this is when Xander's real adventure is going to begin. Getting up here to Solitude and starting this quest line. The Civil War. And we're using the Civil War overhaul just to make it a little bit more robust. And I know that the Civil War can be a little bit buggy, and we're just gonna kind of roll with it and see what happens. Got some Thalmor here. This might be the first time that Xander's ever seen Thalmor, and he's not particularly fond of them. There's the blue palace off in the distance. Xander doesn't care at this point. He's just... It's been a long journey getting here. A lot longer than planned. So now he must figure out where to go from here. The company that he was with has been totally defeated, so he's probably going to get thrown in with a new group of recruits. Well, we've made it to Solitude after our long journey, so let's go ahead and go on in.
They can't hurt Uncle Rog here. Tell them he didn't do it.
Positions. Sorry you need to go home. Go home and stay there until your mother comes.
Traitor! You betrayed us!
Get on with it!
You should tell her that her uncle is scum that betrayed his High King. Best she know now, Advar.
You're all hard for them.
Rogver, you helped Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city after he murdered High King Tori. By opening that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude.
He doesn't deserve to speak!
There was no murder. Ulfric Gallen story. We beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way. Such is the ancient custom of Skyrim and all lords.
I go to sun.
I don't know how Xander would have honestly felt about that. seeing that beheading just take place by this person that was helping out the Stormcloaks, but I don't know if it was a sign that it actually started to rain right before the beheading took place, but we're gonna get ourselves inside and get out of the rain. Head into the Winking Skeever.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Well, let's try to get a room for the night.
Traitors, civil wars, dragons. Huh. Those troubles don't cross my doorway. So sit, relax.
You know, it's interesting. Why is this place called the Winking Skeever?
Well, as it turns out, I had a pet skeever when I was a boy, and he used to wink.
You kept a skeever as a pet.
They were smaller back then.
Yeah, they've gotten pretty large. Alright, what have you got for sale?
Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
Grab ourselves a tasty Horker loaf. And I'd like to rent a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Well, we made it here safely to Solitude. We checked into a room for the night because it's in the evening here, getting close to nightfall, so we're gonna stay the night, rest up, and then tomorrow we're gonna continue our adventure, joining up with the Imperial Legion. So we're gonna end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you on the next episode in Tales from Skyrim. Thanks!